Okay, welcome to this month's MBCEA Presents. Before we get started, I am just showing on the screen our upcoming events. Our AC 478 Roundtable is happening next week. Ontario chapter is holding a meeting February 12th, and our next MBCEA Presents next month is going to be February 19th, Prevailing Wage, Davis-Bacon Payroll, the do's and don'ts. So that's going to be a great one by ABC Trust. Also, conference registration is open, so if you haven't registered yet, all these things can be found on the event page on our website, so feel free to visit there and register after this session. We appreciate all of you being here. This is very specific MBCEA Presents this month to our regional reps and any district managers, regional personnel that may not be members yet. We just want to make sure that you fully understand who and what the MBCEA is, why perhaps your leadership might have suggested that you join the MBCEA, what your involvement at the chapter level and national level looks like, what's available to you. So I am going to stop sharing and introduce David Leinbach. He is MBCEA president. He is also president of Kaiser Martin Group. And so he's going to talk to you today about the MBCEA and how it relates to you and your membership and your relationship with your customers and builders.
So depending where you are in the country, good afternoon on the East Coast and Midwest, not quite there. And I guess the West, you're still in your morning hours. So welcome. Excited to have DMs on the call. We're celebrating our 40th year in business. So I go way back in the pre-engineered steel building business to Atlantic, I think was the first one we used out of the South, but have erected many brands over the years. And we know the evolution of the metal building industry to where some brands are going away, some are new, but DMs, you guys are guys and girls. And I think I saw a couple ladies on here. You're all very important to the builders. You're very important to the manufacturers. And actually, I would say you're the glue that holds us together. You see the builders more than the factories do, and your role is very, very important. And hence, we think you're also important at MBCEA, and getting you to join us in promoting MBCEA, I think will benefit yourselves, benefit the industry, and as this first slide says, reaching new heights together. None of us can do this alone. The manufacturers can make the best buildings in the world, and if there's nobody putting them up, we got a problem. Or they can make the best building in the world, and if it's put up incorrectly, then guess what? The whole industry suffers with a lot of what we've gone through, tin cans, sardine cans. It's not as good as structural steel. We've all seen that. And a lot of it is years past, we weren't just aligned on the erectors and the manufacturers. MBCA and MBMA are really working together to do that. So this presentation is to give you some insight into MBCEA, how we work, how it is going to be beneficial for your builders, for them to join, to make them better contractors, better erectors, and therefore a better end result product for everybody that's involved. So we're going to forward to a slide that talks a little bit about MBCEA. I can get there we go. And I believe I have to stop sharing and change my sound, so just bear with me here as Sasha and I were talking about this. So here we go.
What is MBCEA? The Metal Building Contractors and Erectors Association has a long history of helping its members achieve new heights. As a membership-driven association, the MBCEA proudly includes individuals and businesses from all segments of the metal building industry. So join us and see what you can get out of membership. We have industry-leading training programs such as our MBI Quality and Craftsmanship training series and the only world-recognized accreditation program for metal building assemblers. The MBCEA hosts an annual conference geared to you and your business with outstanding topics and seminars created by contractors and erectors for contractors and erectors. The MBCEA is the premier place to network in the metal building industry, where you can find expert advice from industry leaders. But our best benefit is you. Become a member and share your knowledge and skills. Help make the industry stronger, and we will reach new heights together.
Okay, so hopefully you heard that. I had a couple glitches on my end. Not sure why, but so give me a thumbs up. Could you hear that on your side?
Yes, we were able to hear. Yep.
Very good. There was a couple glitches on my side, so I wasn't sure what was going on. Anyway, MBCEA has grown considerably. We're up to over 800 members, representing all types of industry segments. That's from manufacturers, et cetera. We are contractor heavy. I believe we're over 500 are contractor members, and that's all types of contractors from just directors to GCs and GCs that do both. So the whole mission of MBCEA is support the professional advancement and development of metal building system contractors and erectors in our industry. We want to make everybody better. As I said earlier, the whole idea is a building that is erected properly, correctly, makes the whole metal building systems industry much better. And that is the goal of MBCEA, to help our contractors get better in everything they do. Benefits as far as for a district manager. Why should a district manager belong? Well, first of all, it's going to strengthen your industry connections. Yep, you all rep different buildings, but the industry as a whole, you're going to meet different people in the industry, not only contractors, but not only manufacturers, but also those who insulate. We have a lot of insulation manufacturers. We have a lot of, depending how you term it, but buyouts, from curbs, et cetera, those types of manufacturers, snow guards, snow stops. So you're going to strengthen your industry connections across the board. And it's also going to strengthen you nationwide. I just got a call today. We work for a company, and they were like, hey, we got a project out in Idaho. I said, I know a contractor out there. Even though we're from Pennsylvania, because of MBCEA, I know a number of MBCEA contractors out there that I can help a client with, connect with, et cetera. Same with district managers. You'll be able to help your contractors connect with the people they need to connect with. Project success. Absolutely, as we said, not only the erection aspect, but making sure that things are done properly, correctly, and getting your contractors the training they need for the success they need. Professional expertise. We have a technical committee. We have we have the typical committees, membership, marketing, those things, but we also have a technical committee that tries to answer those technical questions that are out there. And a lot of times we do dip into the DMs, because you guys have, and girls and gals, have a lot of knowledge. Some of you have been in this maybe longer than I have. Maybe some of you haven't. But the sharing the knowledge and the resources will definitely elevate the professional expertise. Tools and resources, I'm going to go over those a little bit, that MBCEA provides. And it's also a place to showcase your quality and the innovation. And we'll talk a little bit about that at the end, the awards that we give, Building of the Year award. But it is a good place where you can showcase that. Industry trends, we obviously align with MBMA. We have a joint conference coming up. We do that every year. Our spring conference is a joint conference. So you will hear industry trends that are going on this year, especially in Colorado Springs. We're having a number of segments that are dealing with AI and how AI can help your business. And that's not only for, your contractors, but also for yourselves and how MBMA is using it, et cetera. And then it gives you the ability to contribute to industry advancement. The industry as a whole has done better, but it still continues to lag as far as how the greater public sees it. There's a lot of market growth we could experience if we would get better and we would have a better product, not just manufactured, but when it's erected. And so by all of us working together, we can contribute to advancing the industry as a whole. Why should your builders join? For everything I just said before, but also there's tons of resources that you find on the website. There's crew sourcing, where they can go on if they need to access additional crews or they need help with the project. Just like I said, all of a sudden I'm in Pennsylvania, but we have a project potentially in Idaho. I know who to contact. And if I don't, I can actually advertise on the website and find out who's out there. Industry-focused training. There's currently industry modules now that are industry-focused training. And the great news is that we're in the process of creating a whole curriculum that is specific to the metal building industry. So it can be used for apprenticeship training. It can be used in-house by a builder. That is going to start rolling out later this fall. It's $1 million investment. A lot of companies stepped up from the metal building manufacturers and contractors and have donated towards this, along with a matching fund source from the Ketterbrink Fund that will help get this curriculum out there, which is much, much needed. There's never been a full curriculum that focuses on the metal building systems assembly. So that is all coming, and that is something that is a great, great help. As I talked about, and I'll highlight it later, we have a national conference with MBMA. That's every spring. Topic-specific installation guides can be found on the website. There's a lot on that website. And then we'll talk a little bit more about AC 478 support and tutorials and how you can help your contractors get AC 478 certified. And that is also networking and visibility, whether it's your local chapter or whether it's at national, and you'll meet a lot of folks at national if you can get to the national conference. But even just through webinars that we're having, which we try to have one every month, and we've been successful with that. The one coming up next month, I'll give a plug for it. Understanding Davis-Bacon and prevailing wage, depending where you're at in the country. Some people might have to deal with it, some don't. But if you're doing any infrastructure work, you get Davis-Bacon. And you'd be surprised how many of your contractors don't understand ratios, don't understand picking the right trade that they need to be in. Is it carpentry? Is it iron worker? And then deducts on fringes and whatnot. That can save your contractor literally from being debarred, getting fines, etc. So all this type of stuff, you learn so much and be able to point your contractors in the correct direction. Also, loads of resources for you and your builders. Just going through, digging in a little bit. There's AC 478 accreditation. Yes, that's a newer program. I believe there's another slide. I'll dig into that a little deeper. But there's architectural resources, committee pages, the committees that we have. Everything is on the website, and we encourage builders to get involved. And DMs. We have DMs that serve in their chapters as chapter presidents. They also serve on our committees. Again, a lot of knowledge that you bring to the table here. So it's not just builders that can serve on these areas or learn from these areas. It's also DMs, and we have manufacturers that also serve. There's also employee prospecting and recruiting, and then tons of member resources, toolbox talks, training, installation videos, the installation modules, and many of them are in Spanish and in English. Then also things for members, we have an in-house mentor program. You have a newer contractor. Sometimes it's not even a newer contractor. Maybe it's a contractor that's been in business and they're growing. If they want mentorship, we try to pair them with other MBCEA members if they tell us what they're after, what they're looking for. And that's been, I think, very, very effective. I've had the privilege of doing a Canadian company from out west, a Texas company, and it was just good to talk to both of those. Were younger companies. One was going through a transition from dad to son taking over. So anything you're doing, we're here to help. And of course, you can see the other things, project planning forms. It's a lot of this as companies grow. It's one thing to be doing agricultural, and we do agriculture, I'm not putting it down, but a 40 by 40 shed versus getting on a commercial project that has a CM on it, you better understand you got to have crane lift plans and erection plans and a layout logistical plan and OSHA plan, etc. So we help by providing some templates with that. Again, you can see the benefit to your builders, especially those that might be progressing and growing and moving on to bigger projects. Safety templates, reference materials, just a lot of information that is provided. We also have training packages designed to try to help contractors meet their OSHA trainings. Again, many newer companies, or as they grow, aren't aware of all the training that's required. Again, I'm East Coast, Northeast, which tends to be a little more regulated. But around here, it's just about every state now, you have to have OSHA 10 for every worker to be on any job. And your project supers have to have OSHA 30. And more, there's training, all those types of things. A lot of these trainings, as you can see here, can be provided with MBCEA. You can get on here, take a look at it, and make sure that you're training. They need to, every state's different, so you need to make sure that you're getting qualified training for what is required. But again, templates, getting you started, heading you in the right direction is all good for your builders. Also, when they join, they get free access to 11 comprehensive training modules. 102 IMP, 102 is the IMP module. So the comprehensive training modules are a good overview of erecting a building. So receiving a building, you know, the logistics of unloading, setting the steel, making sure temporary bracing's in, and it walks you through the whole thing: sheathing, roof sheathing, trim, gutters, downs. There's also a module on insulated metal panels that is a big part of our industry now. I'm sure you're all seeing that more and more. IMP on the walls, IMP on the roofs. There's also a module on retrofit roofing. And then there's a bilingual instruction, Spanish and English. There's also, each module then comes with a standardized test, and it comes with certification at the end. Our company, we've actually turned it into, when we hire somebody, we actually put them through this whole process where they meet with us, and it's on a monthly basis. It takes about 6 months to go through. We've actually started viewing the module with them, because we also take the time then to go over the employee manual, which they all say they read, you know, and they signed that they read it, but we take sections. And it's also another touch for management to meet with the new employees. And we're always rolling 3 to 4 through there, making sure that they're understanding what they're reviewing, and then they take the test. So we find it a great onboarding part of our company for all new employees when they come on, to get a full understanding of what is being required of them. And so they get a full understanding of what they're going to see in the field. Temporary bracing guidelines. This document is worth its weight in gold, and I mean that. Most building failures, I don't want to say all, but most building failures are a result of temporary bracing not being installed correctly or being removed too soon. So this was a huge project that MBCEA took on. Took a number of years to get it accomplished, but it's done. And it's a great guideline for your builders to review, to go through, and make sure that temporary bracing is being put in place for their projects. So it's a one you actually have to page through. As you can see, there was a PE that helped put it together. It's not the end all to everything, and meaning, if you have a complex job, it's going to say, here's some basics, but you better get a PE to design your temporary bracing. But a better understanding never ceases to amaze me. I apologize, I'm coming off a cold, so never ceases to amaze me the number of times I've gone out to see buildings going up and there's no temporary bracing. They don't recognize the fact that pre-engineered steel building, until everything is in place, all the flange braces, all the angles, and for that matter, even the siding and the roofing, which provides diaphragm bracing, that building is not a system till it's all complete. And so temporary bracing is just absolutely huge. And so this is a great thing to get out to your contractors. AC 478, as most of you know, as district managers, your manufacturers are AC 472, an IAS system that says, hey, you're a quality manufacturer. They come in, they review the manufacturers, their processes, their facilities. AC 478 is the same thing, except it's for the builders. It's taken us a while to get off the ground and get it going, but we've done that, and we are now gaining steam. And it is the wave of the future. And I say that here in Pennsylvania, I just told Sasha, for a big facility, a school construction, a big field house, $20 million job, we got the architect to write in there that it can only be erected by an AC 478 certified accredited erector. So it automatically, here in Pennsylvania, including New Jersey, there's 4 of us, but it automatically eliminated probably 30 steel building erectors because they don't see the necessity, and I say that nicely, but they don't see the necessity of becoming a qualified erector. It's coming, and it will be, for those that are in the hot rolled steel business, you see ASCI as a standard. This is what AC 478 is. What it does, I'll be the first to admit, in our 40 years in business, there's a lot of things that were in my head that I said we did. AC 478 made me write it down, put it into a policy, train on that policy, and make sure those things are occurring, because we get audited every year. First of all, our safety committee does a self-audit, and then IAS comes in and makes sure that we're doing what we say we're doing, and also they go visit a field site. So it is absolutely a big bonus to us as a contractor. It made us better on our erection. It made our quality better, less callbacks, because we're doing things. There's a step process, a phase training that occurs on each job, and it's making a quality project at the end. So AC 478 is absolutely something that is coming. I forget, I think we're up to 30 some. We might be up close by the end of the year. We're shooting, I think, for over 50 accredited contractors, and it is growing. And as much as I say it's growing, I want to stress to you that your contractor, your builders will benefit from it internally by going through AC 478. They will become a better company. No two ways about it. I talked about before, I think I have to share. Let me just put the sound on.
So the Advent Health Sports Park is a response to a growing industry, a youth sport industry. And this sports park really helps, again, respond to that effort. The participant in the facility and the family that comes with that participant is looking for more than just the sport that they play when they're here. They're looking for the rest of the experience. So all we're trying to do with this facility as part of a bigger picture is create a better offering for the participant and the spectator.
Ironhide came aboard with Chief Buildings early on. We did a lot of pre-construction, early estimating, early design work, and working through it with the GC owner and design team. And then we took it all the way to construction.
There's always challenges in development opportunities, right? There's financing challenges, there's obviously design challenges. This is a unique facility. How did we solve that? It's just with the right team.
The big one for this was a very large scope for a metal building for us, especially on the road.
We have two types of construction going on in this facility. We needed to coordinate two different structures that were going to move independent of each other. So in the middle of this facility is a conventional structure where all of the equipment is supported. A lot of the main piping, ductwork, rooftop handling systems all sit on this structure, and they tee into our metal buildings. There's mezzanine levels in this building too, and the metal building's supporting certain portions of the mezzanine and the ice arena, and then in other portions the conventional structure is supporting it. So all those want to move independently, so we had to work on expansion joints, dealing with deflections, differential movements. So it was very complicated, and it was something that we really had to go back and forth on a lot throughout the process. The metal building brings large clear spans to the table. And with the ice arena, the gymnasium, the turf area, we really needed to be able to span the entire facility so they had wide open spaces to do what they wanted to do inside the building.
On the gym side, we had a lot of equipment hanging off the rafters that we had installed. I think it was like 38 beams to hang all the equipment on. So we had to figure out the weights of the equipment, locations of the equipment, so we could supply the beams in the right location. Then on the ice rink side, we provide the mezzanine steel also with the building steel, so we had to figure out the mezzanine steel layouts, coordinate that with the design team as far as where all the rooms go and bleacher loads, and coordinate all that with the design into the building.
The end use of the facility, the occupancy of the facility required that this steel needed to be beefed up and needed to be stronger than just your normal commercial building. And so it made these frames enormous, but also we needed to support all the sporting equipment as well. Ironhide Construction and their installation supplier were integral in helping us figure out how we needed to clad the metal building and deal with the environment inside. When we have an ice arena on one side, a gymnasium on the other, two very different environments that we were dealing with.
The ice rink roof insulation was a little different than we normally do. We have a vapor barrier is typically on the bottom of the purlins. On this project for the ice rink, the vapor barrier is on top. The insulation then is in the middle, and then we put a perforated vapor barrier on the bottom. So what it does, it technically keeps the cool in and the hot air out.
Also, the exterior of the building is gorgeous. It's beautiful. There's all sorts of different panel going, horizontal, vertical, different types of cladding. And we quickly realized that that was going to be a problem in terms of how we enclosed the envelope and allowed for finish work to be done internally, but at the same time deal with everything they wanted to in order to create a wonderful visual feel on the walls of the building. So what we ended up doing was going with a carrier panel, an insulated metal carrier panel that allowed Ironhide to enclose the whole structure while at the same time applying it, so later they could apply all the cladding that they wanted on the exterior of the building.
Being AC 478 benefited this project by showing that we have quality systems in place, safety systems in place. We have a crew of air actors that work 7 days a week, sunrise to sunset. And by just being consistent, being safe, and doing things the right way, we were actually able to reduce the schedule of our scope by 4 months.
So a large part of this facility is built with a metal building. The ironic thing is most people don't know that. When you drive up to this facility, it doesn't look like the typical metal building. It's a beautiful solution to our question. And it's just efficient. Metal building is an efficient process for delivery as well. It's a quick process to get in the ground and get vertical.
I mean, it's hard to walk on this campus and not see how spectacular the whole project came together. Really proud of it, proud of the job that Ironhide did, proud that the ownership group trusted us to move forward with them.
I'm most proud of on this project is the sheer collaboration between the architects, chief, the owners, and ourselves, and the way everybody came together to produce this just outstanding facility for the community.
Okay, so I know that was a little lengthy, but in order to show that project off, that's an impressive project for the metal building industry. And you heard a little bit there. Jeff talked a little bit about AC 478. He would tell you the same thing. It made their company better and made a great project. Help make a great project there. So I talked a little bit about the annual conference coming up. It's a great location, Colorado Springs. So April 22nd through April 24th. It's more of a management as a level this time. A lot of stuff on AI that we're going to be having seminars on. We have an economic speaker coming who I think you would find really intriguing, and he's great with crowds. I've heard him speak before. So he's going to be giving us an update on the economy, specifically how it relates to the steel industry and the metal building system industry. And then the big thing is the networking. Just great place to come and meet folks, learn a lot, but get to know people. And if you can get there, I would strongly encourage you to try to be in Colorado Springs this come April. And with that, that's the quick overview. I didn't know if anybody has a question, if you want to throw a question in chat or.
Yeah, I'd like to go over just a few additional things. As you can see, the QR code, if you'd like to use that, what are the next steps? What do you do with all this information? Well, if you are not a member yet, we encourage you to join. So you can do that through that QR code if you want to do it on your phone. I'm also going to share my screen. So I'm going to replace your share. And my thoughts are showing members area if you are a member and or once you become a member. Oh, let's move that over. In the members only resources area, we have a section in association stuff for toolkit to recruit new members. So as you go out and you're speaking to your builders, you want to be armed with the information to tell them about MBCEA, right? If you want flyers from us, let us know. We'll ship them to you. But in this toolkit to recruit new members, you've got an email template, which is what we from MBCEA send out to builders that are interested in joining. So you can download that, use that, send that to your entire database of builders. And you've got that ready-made information about MBCEA. The different flyers are here that you can download, this summary of all benefits we have on hand always, so we can send you a stack of those or print them out yourself. If you're wanting to show videos, we've got them all over the YouTube channel. We've got them linked here as well. So these are the prospecting materials that we put together for you guys to use as you are speaking with your builders and face to face. The information that, and I apologize that I don't have my video on so I can see all of you. But the information that David shared, especially that video, that's our Building of the Year winner from last year. So encourage your builders to enter the Building of the Year contest. You will find that on the website as well, right at the top, Building of the Year. It links right to it. It is only open to MBCEA members. So again, that's another draw. If your builders are not members yet, encourage them to join. And the Building of the Year is a great contest. We celebrate fantastic buildings. We give those awards out at the conference face to face. There's a lot of press surrounding it. And that overall Building of the Year winner gets that fantastic video created for them to use. We obviously focus on the builder, but also on the manufacturer. So everybody gets the recognition out there. And we're also asking our district managers to, as you're speaking with your builders, determine those that you feel you could recommend for AC 478 accreditation. We will help them get started. We have bi-monthly roundtables. The next one comes up next week. And we also have time slots where the builders can meet with our business consultant, Jackie Maluda, who assists us with helping your builders get everything together and organized in order to apply for AC 478 accreditation. So those are just a few of the ways that you can look like the expert to your builders when they have questions that the MBCEA can answer. And so that's kind of the information we just kind of wanted to share with you today. Many of you were on our new member orientation roundtable yesterday, and I appreciate that. That is a quick but much deeper dive into benefits, and they are recorded. So you can also find them in that members area. If you want to catch up on the latest new member roundtable recording, that's here. And that should be up in the next few days from yesterday. And so that's pretty much what we kind of wanted to share. Anybody have any questions? Need any additional information from us? You can always click contact us at the top of our website. That goes directly to to Britton, Member Services, and she can get you the answers to your questions.
I did want to interject also that the membership fee for a contractor or builder is $525 annual. And I would challenge anybody to let me know an organization that is that inexpensive to join annually. It's a great, great bargain. Literally, temporary bracing you'll pay for over probably 10 years. The 525, you save one building from coming down, and that's almost a lifetime of savings. So it's a great, great, great value.
There are a few of you that are just initials on here. If you wouldn't mind throwing your name in the chat real quick before you sign off, that helps me just kind of take attendance. In your MBCEA account, you have a dashboard and it shows your participation as well with MBCEA events. So I just like to kind of have it as accurate and up to date as possible, but I don't know some of the initials on some of these Zoom attendees. All right, any last questions, comments, thoughts, anything else for us? Was it helpful? Did you learn something? I see a few heads shaking. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Well, we really appreciate your time. We hope to see you soon, and we are here for you when you need us. So thank you, and thank you, David, for the presentation. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, everybody.
Good to see you, David. Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you.